Good morning children. How are you all? Hope you all are doing good. So children, in the previous class we have already started the lesson, the neighbors of the earth. Lesson number 3, the neighbors of the earth, and we have already completed the explanation of this lesson. So children, so in this class we will have a recap of this and we are going to complete the textbook exercise of this lesson. Okay, so we will have a recap of this lesson, the neighbors of the earth. So children, during the daytime, what do you see in the sky? Yes, it's the sun. So where does the sun rises? The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west, is it? And what about during the night time, what do you see in the sky? It's the moon and the twinkling stars, is it? So we see the moon and the twinkling stars in the sky. So the sun, the earth is not alone in the sky, is it? So we have the sun, the moon, the stars, is it? So the sun and the moon are the neighbors of the earth. So first we'll talk about the sun. The sun is the nearest star. Okay, the sun is the nearest star of the earth. So we call even the sun is also a star. Okay, so it is a very huge, very big star. The sun is the nearest star of the earth. So you all know the sun is in the solar system. The sun is in the middle and all the other 8 planets, they revolve around the sun, is it? So the earth is the 3rd planet. So this we have learned in the previous class, is it? So the sun is the nearest star to the earth. And this sun, so this is, the sun is a very huge ball of hot gases. Okay, so it is a huge ball of hot gases. So the sun has its own heat and light. Okay, the sun has its own heat and light. So what is the importance? How the sun is important? Why the sun is important for us? Because it gives us heat and light. Is it not so? The sun gives us heat and light. So if the sun is not there, there is no earth. Is it? So we cannot survive without light or heat. Yes, the sun is important for us because it gives us heat and light. And what about the plants? The plants prepare their food by using the sunlight, is it? And we human beings depend upon the plants for the food. The main source of the food is from the plants and animals, is it? So the plants, if they want to grow, they need sunlight, is it? So the plants prepare the food by using the sunlight, is it? And the sun is the important source of energy. So we call it as solar energy. Okay, the sun is the important source of energy called solar energy. So this solar energy we use it for cooking, okay, and also for lighting up the street lights, to run the car, etc. So the sun is the important source of energy. We call it as solar energy. So next we'll move to the moon. So the moon is the closest neighbor to the earth. Okay, so the moon is the closest neighbor to the earth, and this moon is much closer than the sun. Okay, the moon is much closer than the sun. But it looks like both the sun and moon is of the same shape, is it? But because the moon is closest to the earth. Okay, so the moon is round like the sun. The moon is much closer to the earth than the sun. It is also much smaller than the sun. Okay, the moon is much smaller than the sun. But if we look, it is same, like the sun and the moon looks like the same, is it? But the moon is much smaller than the sun. It looks the same because the moon is closest to the earth. Okay, and this moon is the satellite of the earth. Okay, so the moon is the satellite of the earth. This moon revolves around the earth. So it takes 27 days and 8 hours to complete one the sun has its own heat and light, is it? But the moon does not have heat and light of its own. It reflects the light. Okay, it reflects the light which it receives from the sun. Okay, so the moon does not have light or heat of its own. It reflects the light which it receives from the sun. So next it is the water. Water was discovered on the moon. Okay, water was discovered on the moon in September 2009. Okay, September 2009, water was discovered in the moon. But there is no air. So life is not possible on the moon. So the earth is, as we learned in the previous lesson, that the earth is the unique planet where the life is possible. So what is the reason why the life exists in the earth? Because the earth has both air and water. So both air and water is very important for all the living beings to survive, is it? So here on the moon there is only water but there is no air. So only life is not possible on the moon. So next we'll move on to the stars. So they are very big. Okay, so these stars are very big but look small because they are very far away from the earth. So these stars are very big but they look very small. When you see in the sky, the stars are very small, is it? But actually they are very big. They look like because very small because they are very far away from earth. Okay, and these the stars produce their own heat and light. Okay, the stars produce their own heat and light, and they are made up of hot burning gases. Okay, these stars are made up of hot burning gases, and they produce their own heat and light. And the brightest star is the pole star. Okay, pole star is the brightest star. So next, so there are a number of millions of stars in the sky. We can see in the sky there are millions of stars in the sky. Is it, children? So these stars, a group of stars, they form a definite pattern. Okay, so a group of stars form a definite pattern. We call it as constellation. Okay, so a group of stars forming a definite pattern is called constellation. So many group of stars look rather like familiar objects such as tools, animals and people. Okay, so even we look at the sky, there are millions of stars in the sky, is it? So these stars, a group of stars, form a definite pattern. Okay, so we call this definite pattern as constellation. So many group of stars many group of stars look rather like familiar objects. So they look like a familiar objects like tools, animals, people. So they form a definite pattern. These stars form a group of stars, form a definite pattern, and we call it as constellation. So the astronomers have grouped the stars into 88 constellations. Okay, so the astronomers have grouped the stars into 88 constellations. Some of the familiar constellations are Scorpius, Scorpion, Orion, Hunter, Leo, Lion, and Ursa Major, Great Bear. So these are some of the familiar constellations. Okay, so next it is the different shapes. So we can see the different shapes of the moon. Is it? So what do we call it as? So it is the phases of the moon. Okay, the different shapes of the moon. The moon changes its shape, okay, due to its movement around the earth. As I told you before, the moon is the satellite of the earth. The moon revolves around the earth. So the moon changes its shape. Okay, the moon changes its shape due to the movement around the shapes, we call it as phases of the moon. Okay, the different phases is called the different shapes of the moon is called the phases of the moon. So many festivals are based on this, are celebrated on the appearance of the moon. Okay, so you can see in your diary the Eid, Bakri, they have mentioned it is the holiday for Eid marked with depending on the appearance of the moon. Okay, and also many why this is because the Islamic calendar is based on the phases of the moon. Okay, the Islamic calendar is based on the phases of the moon. So only they celebrate the festival according to the appearance of the moon. And also many Hindu festivals also are based on the appearance of the moon, the planets, the sun and the seasons. Okay children, so in the days of the week in the Indian calendar are also named after the planets. For example, Shanivar. What is the Shanivar? Saturday. The Shanivar means the day of Shani. Shani means the planet Saturn. Okay children, so here we have completed the recap of the lesson also. The neighbors of the earth. So we have studied about the sun, the moon, the stars and also about the phases of the moon. So children, now everyone open your textbook, Sparrow Sermon textbook, page number 201. Okay, page number 201. We will complete the textbook exercise. Okay, so everyone be ready with your pencil, eraser. Open your textbook. Now we are going to complete the textbook exercise of this lesson. Okay children, open your textbook now. So children, now everyone open your textbook, page number 201. Okay, page number 201. Okay, so the exercise part, the first mean is tick the correct option. So what is the first question? The center of the solar system is the. So which is the center of the solar system? What are the options? Sun, Earth, Moon. So which is the center of the solar system? It's the sun, is it? So it is in A option. So first mean, A mean first one. It is option A. Tick A. Okay, so the center of the solar system is the sun. The second one, sun is a planet, star, satellite. So sun is a star. So it is in option B. Second one, option B. Tick option B. So sun is a star. The third one, a group of stars forming a definite pattern is called yellow star, moon, constellation. It is constellation, right? So the third answer is option C. Tick option C. So a group of stars forming a definite pattern is called constellation. Okay, tick option C. The fourth one, the closest neighbor of Earth is. The closest neighbor of the Earth is sun, pole star, moon. It is moon. Is it? So the fourth answer option is C. Tick C. Okay, the closest neighbor of the Earth is the moon. The fifth one, the Earth gets light from the is the, so which is the bright star? Pole star, is it? So the sixth one is option B. So tick option B. Okay children, so the bright star that we see in the sky is the pole star, the option B. I'll repeat once again children. The first question, the center of the solar system is the sun, option A, tick option A. Second one, sun is a star, so tick option B. Third one, a group of stars forming a definite pattern is called constellation. So it is in the option C. Fourth one, the closest neighbor of the earth is moon. So tick C. Fifth one, the earth gets light from the sun. It is an option B. Fifth, the bright star that we see in the sky is pole star. So the pole star is the brightest star. It is an option B. So now we'll move on to the B name. Write T for true and F for false statement. The first question, the sun is the nearest star to the earth. The sun is the nearest star to the earth. So what is the answer? The sun is the nearest star to our earth. Yes, it is true. The first one is true. The sun is the nearest star to the earth. The earth, second one, the earth has air and water on its surface. The earth has both air and water. Is it? So only life is possible on the earth. It is true. Okay, so the earth has both air and water. Next, all planets have their own light. Whether all planets have their own light? No, we receive the light from the sun. Is it? So the third one is false. Fourth one, the earth is the only planet which has life on it. Yes, it is true. The fourth answer is true. So the earth is the only planet where life exists. What is the reason? Because it has both air and water. The fifth one, during the night we see the sun shine in the sky. Whether it's true or false, during the night what do you see in the sky? It's the moon, not sun, is it? So this is false. So during the night we see moon shine in the sky, is it? So during the night we see the moon shine in the sky. I will repeat once again. So the second name, write T for true and F for false statement. The first one is the sun is the nearest star to the earth. It is true. The second question, the earth has air and water on its surface. True, the earth has both air and water. All planets have their own light. False. Fourth one, the earth is the only planet which has life on it. Yes, it is true. Fifth one, during the night we see the sun shine in the sky. False. During the night we see moon shine in the sky. So children, children? Thank you.